Hey everyone, I hope you're good. Welcome to the video. So today we got some interesting topics to talk about. We're going to be talking about the Saints Row movie, who I think they're going to cast as the characters, what characters will actually be in the movie, and the general tone slash setting of it. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to discuss the delay and what bugs I think they're going to be fixing, addressing, and all the important things basically about the delay that's worth knowing. So if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe. We're going to be playing some Saints Row 1 as well, so you know that's some cool background footage because I've been dying to get through the game. So yeah, we're going to play through the Saints Row 1 and talk about this topic. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So the first thing I want to talk about today is the movie. The tone has been confirmed to be a healthy mix of every Saints Row game, which means essentially nothing. That doesn't really help us because that's what the reboot was, and the reboot could have gone completely different ways. It's tricky to get what type of tone we're going to get from that, as a mix of all the Saints Row games could be a little of 1 and 2 and mainly 3 and 4, or a little of 3 and 4 and mainly 1 and 2. It's going to be pretty tricky, but my guess and my estimation here is going to be a more 1 and 2 centered game. I say this purely because of the reboot. The reboot's obviously more tailor-made towards 3 and 4 fans, with little bits of 1 and 2 sprinkled in there. I mean, that's all I'm seeing from the trailers and stuff right now. I think it does look a lot more gangster than 3 and 4, but, you know, that's my opinion. However, it's not fully gangster. I feel like they need to kind of fill that void at the moment, as a lot of OG fans are crying for some gangster Saints Row material. So what better place to do it than a film? That way you got two big projects that will please everyone. Now, I'm not just sucking up to Volition here. I don't think it's very ideal that the newer fans get a brand new game to play that will last for years, and the older fans get a movie. This is just a guess, and it's purely just how I feel, but I think that might be the best balance we can get at the moment. So I personally really want this to be a more gangster-oriented film. I feel like that's a void that Saints Row needs to fill at the moment, and I think it would calm a lot of fans down, knowing they can play a wacky, fun game, but also have a nice story come through in the movie when that eventually releases. Now, on that note, what characters do I think we'll be getting? Will we get the new reboot characters in the film? Will we get the old characters? Or will we get a brand new cast? Now, my genuine guess is going to be the old characters somewhere after Saints Row 2. So the cast of the Saints Row 2 characters is my guess. I mean, it might not be perfect, and I could be completely off. It's purely a random guess with no evidence really to back it up, other than the fact they want a healthy mix of Saints Rows, and the split between 2 and 3 is where the series really changed. So if you were to have a mix, that would be where you want to base it. So my guess is we'll have the iconic trio of Sean D, Pierce, and Gat coming back. Maybe Carlos. I don't know, obviously. It's a very tricky situation cast-wise, but that would be my guess. I reckon we'll just have the cast of Saints Row 2 after Ultor, maybe, or maybe even just like as Saints Row 2 starting this cast. I don't really know. It's quite a tricky thing to guess, really, with no actual evidence. So yeah, I've also heard that Daniel Day-Kim is being featured in the film. I don't know if this is true. It is just a rumor, and I'm not saying it's true, but if so, that basically confirms Gat. So that's really all I want to speak on the movie. I mean, I've told you what characters I'd like to see back, and the tone I think we're going to be getting, you know, that Saints Row 1 and 2 style tone of game, hopefully in movie form. Next, let's talk about the delay and what bugs I want to see fixed personally. So one thing I want to see fixed is the FOV when you're on the motorcycle. I saw this happen originally, and it was the first thing I noticed, and it was the biggest problem I saw. That FOV, my character was tiny. Like, the character looked tiny, and that's not something I want in the full game. So bring the FOV a little in, so I can at least see my character when I'm driving the motorcycle. That would be very much appreciated. I would also like to see the enemies be less bullet sponges. I don't want a really spammy game where I have to sit there and shoot an enemy 50,000 times. Let's just not have them be bullet sponges, and just be kind of normal characters, you know what I mean? Another thing would be the textures. I've seen textures pop in and out, and I mean, this is something I reckon they could have fixed in the original time frame. These are all things I think they could have fixed in the original time frame, to be honest. So, you know, but that's something I want to see fixed. Health bars, make them disableable. I don't know if they are or not. Just give them a toggle. One thing I did see that made me a little uncertain would be... Well, there's two things, really. One thing I saw that made me instantly go, oh god, was the AI. The AI was very janky, it was very weird, and I was hoping that it was just like an earlier build of the game, and they already fixed that, but Game Informer just got an earlier build. But judging by the fact they delayed it for another 6 months, the game's probably not in the best state, meaning that was probably one of the later builds, which is worrying. The AI needs to be fixed desperately. The voice lines, everything. Just fix the AI. And then the other thing was the animations. There's a little part in the Game Informer mission gameplay where Eli runs out and he tries to open a car door to get into the car with the boss. And his, like, animation when he opens that door looks really weird. It's like he's nowhere near the car, And it's probably just an alpha issue, like I said, but I don't want to keep using that excuse, because if they needed a delay, it wasn't an alpha issue, it was a full game issue, because they need more time. That would have probably been in the release. So there's no more alpha issues now, guys. It is delay issues. So the way I look at it is, that animation was really bad, and I was just kind of hoping that it was just a small problem. But judging by the fact they need more time, I hope you can fix that. The animations look a little weird on some characters, and I just like that to be fixed. Jim Boone said that he's not going to be changing the characters. I would quite like him to. I don't want him to change who the characters are. I don't actually want him to change much about the characters. But if he could make the characters look a little more like the concept art, you know, the Team of Volition could make them a little more like the concept art, it would really help the game. The concept art looks infinitely more gangster and definitely fits the vision that you guys want. I can tell already. Like, Eli does not look a thing like any of his artwork. He just doesn't. And if they can make him just look a bit more like his concept art, let me tell you, people will be so happy. Now, the reason I think this might actually happen is because he said he doesn't want to change the characters. But you're not changing the characters, are you, Jim? You're fixing them to make them look like how you wanted them to look. This could be a very good thing. Imagine if Eli, instead of being that really nerdy, annoying kid, looks a lot more like his concept art, which is kind of this... He just looks older. He just looks a bit older and a bit more, like, down to earth and a bit more realistic, kind of. Instead of this weird, like, college teen, he looks a bit more gangster-ish. Now, would it make the game perfect? Fuck no. But it would definitely help, okay? I think that it would get rid of a lot of people's worries about the characters, and I think it is probably something they can adjust quite simply. All they have to do is just make him look slightly more like his concept art, you know, add some more details. And this could be something we see in the full release of the game anyway. This could have been planned. I mean, this was an alpha. Textures could have been lowered and models can be changed. This would be great. And let me just say, people would be so happy with Evolution if you did this. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you for watching the video. As I said, this is a new style of video where I just play the game and talk about some topics that you guys leave in the comments. So leave your topics in the comments for next video. Maybe I'll mention yours. You know, that'd be kind of cool. And yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know what you think of the video by ratings and all that stuff. Also, I've updated the merch store. I know this is going full sellout mode. It looks really cool now. There's a lot of way better designs, and I don't think it's ever looked as good as it has. So if you want to go and take a look at that, I'd appreciate it. And yeah, see you soon, guys. Goodbye. Oi, mate, I saw you piss in me mug.
Oh, AJ, I'm so sorry.
I'll fucking show you sorry, kapow.